Hi everyone, welcome to my channel.
So you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
So my name is Abbas Gafaro. So this place we are is called Brazilian Barracoon, and Barracoon means a slave cell. In this compound we have 40 rooms. In each of the room, 40 slaves were kept in each of the room. A minimum of 1,600 slaves are brought into this compound at a time. So the man that owns this compound is once a slave and later on to become a slave merchant. How come? So this man, he was captured as a slave at the age of 6 in a town called Jogarile in Ogun State. And then once a slave is being captured, they are no longer to be bearing their own name. They bear their master's name or whatever any name their master chooses to give to them. The first person that bought him is Abbas. Abbas came from Idaume. Idaume today is in Benin Republic. So he took him down there, he used him as a domestic slave. And later on, Abbas sold him to a white man called Williams. It was a Mr. Williams that took this man down to Brazil and also used him as a domestic slave. So when he was in Brazil, Williams taught him how to read and write. And later on, he called the man, if you want me to release you, you are going to work under me. So that's the condition given to the man before the man was released. He brought him back to Nigeria. He first settled down at Lagos Island. So as I'm talking to you now, this man has so many houses in Lagos Island before moving down to Badagry to come and settle down. And when this man came to Badagry, he met so many chiefs in Badagry. But when this man came, he dominated all the Badagry corridor because the man could read and he could write. And then whenever the white people came to Badagry, they used to normally come to him. So when this man came to Badagry, he was given a title called Seriki Muslimi of Badagry because he's the one that brought Islam to Badagry. And that's why they gave him a title called Seriki Muslimi of Badagry. And up to date, the family of the man still remain the Seriki Muslimi of Badagry up to date. So we are going to see the size of the room and all the items they use in the exchange of slaves when we get inside. So you're welcome. So, this is the man we are talking about. When you get to Ayeto today, you see the status of the man at roundabout in Ayeto. He founded this town in 1902. When you get to Ayeto today, you see the status of the man and also founded a town called Idogo, also in Ogun State. So, you are going to see how this man dressed and the clothes he wore. Then, I'm going to show you everything. So, and these are some European products.
He was a Muslim that time, right?
Yes.
So how did he become Muslim?
Actually, the first person that bought him is a Muslim scholar, Mr. Abbas. Mr. Abbas is from Idaume. He was the one that taught him Islam. So when he came back, he was practicing Islam. So when he came to Badagry, he was the one that brought Islam to Badagry. And that's why they gave him a title called Seriki Muslimi of Badagry.
He was the one in the custody of the cell, right?
Yes.
So he built the cell all in.
No, it was a Mr. Williams that built this compound for him and brought all the items to him so that anybody that need any of the items within the community will bring the slave down to him and he will lock them inside the cell. So once Williams is in Nigeria, his own is to pack them to Brazil. And that's what, and that's what he's doing for his master there.
His master there. Okay, so just have to check.
So these are some items they use in the exchange of slaves in Nigeria then. So in Nigeria then, they spend cowries. The white people cannot use our own money. And there is the money they use in Nigeria then, the cowries. So there is the money they use in Nigeria then, the cowries. So the white people cannot use our own money. And that's why they prefer to bring some items they use in the exchange of slaves. A value of an umbrella, 40 slaves. Before you can have one umbrella, you will need to bring 40 slaves. And we still have one of the umbrella in our museum up to date. A bottle of gin, 10 slaves. And there's a man who also brought his wife and daughter to have a bottle of gin then. So the big canoe gone, 100 slaves, while the small canoe gone, 40 slaves. So the kettle and the bead and the brass dish are the items given to Seriki on his coronation day as the Seriki Muslimi of Badagry in year 1895. So there's a mirror they use in the exchange of slaves. A mirror doesn't have a specific number. It depends how you can bargain with white people. I may say 5 slaves, you may say 10 slaves. It depends how you can bargain with the white people. So ceramic bowl, 10 slaves. A dengon, 40 slaves. And these 2 entries though have been here since 1840. When this compound was established in 1840.
This is very dry.
Yes, and this is one of our monuments here. So let's see the slave cell.
Okay.
And this is the man we are talking about, and this is how the man used normally dress as a Seriki then. So this cloth, I'm going to show you this original cloth he wore in this picture. So these are the member of Council of Seriki. So these are the member of Council of Seriki. Seriki ruled from Badagry to Ilaro in Ogun State. So these are the chiefs under him then. So this umbrella you are looking at in that picture, and this is the same umbrella here. And this is one of the umbrella they brought in the exchange of slaves. A value of this 40 human being. And this umbrella now is more than 200 years old. And this is the same umbrella the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, came to see in this compound in the year 2019.
So this is sell for the Spain, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we also have some chain they use on the slaves. And this chain is called ankle shackles. The ankle shackles is meant for 2 people. One here and one in another person's leg. And this is where they will padlock it, so that they will not run away while working on the farm. And the children also have their own chain. So this small chain is meant for the children, because then once a family is being captured, they will not send the children along with their parents. So the children will serve as a bonus to the person that brought their parents. Once they grow up, they will send them to another country, so that they will not see their parents anymore. And that's why when they abolish the slave trade, most of the slaves cannot trace their roots. So these are some chain they use on the stubborn slaves. And this chain is called heavy chain. The heavy chain is meant for the stubborn slaves. So why this one is called iron drilling bit? The iron drilling bits, they use it to write their name at the back of their slaves in order for them to identify their slaves. Anytime they want to use it, it will be very, very hot. And during that period, most of the slaves die because they cannot bear the pains. So this place you are now is called a waiting cell. 40 people are going to this room. And once the 40 people are in the room, there's a door here before they will lock up the door. They use 3 months to 4 months before they can leave this room. And this is where they wee-wee, and this is where they poo-poo. You can imagine how this place will be messed up then. And this is the only ventilation they have in the room. And that's why most of the slaves die, because of the heat and the odor. So 40 people are coming into this room. So you can see the size of the room.
Length is just one.
So this is where the wee-wee, and this is where the poo-poo. You can imagine how this place will be messed up then. And there is only ventilation they have in the room. And that's why most of the slaves die, because of the heat and the odor. So these are some gramophone records used by Seriki then. And this is one of the bottle of gin they brought then. Highest Medal Vienna 1873 was written on the bottle. A brass dish cup and more cup given to the man by the Brazilians as a gift. And this is the money they use in Nigeria, then the cowries. So these are some bowls they use in the exchange of slaves. A value of 1 bowl, 10 slaves. No matter how big it is, and no matter how small it is, anybody that needs a 5 bowl, we need to bring 50 slaves. So these are some locally made pots they use in Nigeria then.
Okay.
This is a water pot and this is a soup pot, while this one also a water pot.
Okay.
So let's see the next room.
All right.
So this is a man, this is the status of the man. The cloth he wore in the picture over there, and this is the original cloth you are looking at here. And this is the staff of office given to him as a Seriki then by General Lugard. So this is a kind of torture given to slaves who disloyal their masters. A dog being used to chase the runaway slaves, slave at the point of no return. A sorrowful tale of a slave in the barracoon. And this is how they guide their mouths while working on the farm, in order for them not to eat the farm products or not to communicate with each other, so that they will not plan coup against their masters. So these are some cloths of Seriki that also left behind. So another 40 in this room. You can see the same window. So this is how they hang men, and this is how they hang women, because they have sexual intercourse together, and which is not allowed in slavery. And once they are caught, this is a kind of punishment given to them. They've been hanged till they died. So this is one of the iron sheets they use in this building.
Okay. Don't worry.
So you can see how thick it is. So we can use it to compare the one they are producing now. So these are the daughters and sons of Chief Seriki. Seriki has 5 wives and also have 11 children. This is the first daughter, the second daughter, and this is the first son. You can see the first son wearing his father's clothes. And this is the last born of Seriki.
Okay.
So this is a legal tender and promissory note written by Chief Seriki then.
Certificate of registration, Williams. Okay. Legal tender and promissory note from Seriki Williams Abbas. All right. Okay.
So once they leave this compound, they are going to the point of no return.
Okay.
And whoever that cross to the other side, they are not coming back again. And that's why they call the place the point of no return. So let's see where Seriki was buried in this compound. And this is the water that served the slave in this compound. And this water is still serving them in this compound. And this water has never dried for years.
And fetch from it. It's the water. Okay.
So as a Seriki then, Seriki has a court where he normally passes judgment on the Muslim community. There is a court, and that's the chamber over there. Where the last So this is where Chief Seriki was buried. Seriki died 11 June 1919, and this is where the man was buried by the Muslim community. So the man will be on 103 by this year, June 11, with 103 when the man died. So 2019 was the century after his death. Right, sir? So this is the last born of the man. So the last born, he was 6 years old when his father died. He was born in 1913, and his father passed away in 1919, and he also passed away in 1987. He was 74 years when he died. And this is my own grandfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the one born this day, right? He died is your grandfather.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Thank you very much.